Hey, it's Brian Stephens with eXp Realty. I am excited just to shoot this brief video just to kind of tell you a little bit of something that's on my heart. I'm with Realtors of Faith. I have been licensed. I just renewed my my real estate license like a few minutes ago because the end of March is my deadline. So it's a good idea to do it 13 days before the end of when your license will expire. If you're watching this video, I suggest doing it much sooner than that, but but I got it done. Saw my year I was licensed, 1997. Wow. Yes. Long time. And hashtag proud of it. Love it. Been licensed since 1997. And I've thought ever since 2025 hit, what can I do to get better this year? As a real estate agent, you see people that have been in this business a long time, like myself, fade into the clouds, want to do things the same old way they've always been done, don't want to change, don't want to adapt, don't want to get into social media marketing, don't want to adapt with texting, don't want to adapt with being on, again, all your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, jumping onto all those channels, whatever that looks like. That's a separate conversation. But improving every year as a real estate agent. How can I get better in 2025 than I was in 2024? How can I help more people? Not just even necessarily the number of deals you're getting, your transaction count, although that's great to try to do more. Always a great goal. But how can I be a better agent? How can I help more people? How can I influence more people for the Lord and help more buyers and sellers in this marketplace to realize their real estate goals? And so a couple things that have that I wanted just to kind of encourage you with today, that as you are listening to this video, I don't know how long you've been in the business. Maybe you're a new agent, maybe you're a seasoned agent. It's tough out there right now. The business is interesting. I'm recording this in March of 2025, and rates are still in the high sixes. Inventory is lower, but of course we had the influx of inventory the last couple months as people are putting their home on the market, and political unrest still a little bit. Inflation is not, of course, come down yet. It's not going to for a little bit. But so people are still a little uneasy, very price sensitive market, which it should be. In Central Florida, we're kind of leveling out here. I'm in the Lakeland area. Things are still fine. Properties are moving. It's turning back into a normal market, meaning homes are taking longer to sell. It's okay. Again, been licensed since 1997, seen a lot, heard a lot, watched a lot, experienced a lot. And so a lot of agents are struggling right now, and it's not easy. It's not. And there's a reason for successful agents doing well, but that's not the purpose of the video today. The video today, I want to cover, you've heard of the terminology, humble, hungry, and smart. We want to work with people who are humble, who don't think they're all that, who are hungry, who have this natural hunger to get out there and help people, and who are smart, meaning educating themselves and always trying to get better and learn more. So the first thing I would say, that as in this business, is easy to get humbled. So to try to keep a spirit of humility is huge, realizing that all of our business comes from God, from our hard work, planting seeds, sowing seeds, making your calls, following up, operating with integrity, and asking the Lord's blessing and favor upon your business. The Lord gives and he takes away. And as I continue to learn in this business, I've seen, seriously, God move. I can just tell you about 3 transactions that have already happened this year that 100% all God. I mean, I did my small part, but it was really the Lord who just dropped them into my lap. Perfect timing. Had to work them, of course, but it's amazing. God's timing is always perfect. So really, you've got to stay humble, because you can write a $500,000 deal and go through inspections and appraisal and it fall apart. And just like that, things can change, right? We don't get excited until we walk away from the closing table and it's fully funded. Other than that, you never know what can happen. So this business is very humbling. A lot of it is out of our control. There's things we can control, things we can't control. And a lot of it is out of our control, is the truth. And so that's what makes this business a business of faith. It's an amazing business to be in. I love it. I thank God that I get to serve people, serve Jesus in this business and help a lot of people out. And it can be like that. So, staying humble is huge, right? And I could say I've won this accolades or I've been a top producer, this or that, but really at the end of the day, what does it really matter? Do you really care what other people think about that? Right? I mean, seriously, we live to please Jesus and that's it, right? We work like Colossians 3:23 says, we do our work unto the Lord, not unto men, not to please people, but to please Jesus. And so while it's great to have success, it's great to get recognized as a top producing agent in the marketplace. Awesome. That's great. At the end of the day, nobody really remembers or cares about it. Truth be told. So staying humble is huge in this business. Staying hungry is very important. And you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I am showing my age. That's an old terminology, an old term that people use. And let me tell you something. I've worked with some great agents, but man, if they're not hungry to sell real estate, if they don't want to get out there and hustle and grind, you can't make them do it. I can encourage. Here's the thing that I've realized even the last couple of years, man, pretty much you can find so many methods, techniques, ways to help people to plug yourself into systems to do real estate, to make it happen. We're systematized. There's so many methods, so many ways to do it. And I've listened to some of the best and continue to listen to some of the best because they're very encouraging. But at the end of the day, if I go to a seminar and I come back from a Tom Ferry summit and hear amazing top producers, people that are killing it in the business, and I come back and don't do any of it, happens, right? Then what? Are you hungry or not? Do we get up every day with a hunger to please God in this business, to help other people out, to work unto God, to help people with probably their largest financial thing they're going to purchase, to buy or sell, and it's an honor to do that. Do we get up every day to help people with a pure heart, with a pure mind, and really asking God's blessing and anointing upon it? Do we get up ready for the grind? Because this business is a hard business. It is hard, hard, hard. That is the reason 71% of realtors in 2024 did not sell a single home, which is crazy. And it's sad. Big fallout ratio. People think this business is easy. The last couple of years, there's been some order taking, right? Easy to buy or list a home and to sell a home. It was a lot easier. Nothing's ever easy, but it was easier. It's tough. It's a skills-based business now. You got to grind, hustle. You got to make your calls. You have to go on extra appointments. You need to get face-to-face with people, right? And it's different. So doing the work, you got to want to grind. And if you're listening to this and watching this and thinking, man, I don't think I'm hungry enough, ask God to give you a hunger inside of you. You may be listening to this video and you're thinking, man, I just want to do like 6 deals this year. That's totally cool, man. That's awesome. Ask God to give you the hunger to do those 6 deals. Your goal maybe is to do 20 deals this year. That's awesome. Ask God to help you. God, I need to do 1.5 a month. I need to average whatever that number is, right? 18. I mean, whatever that looks like. God, help me to have the hunger to do this. God, give me motivation, because I can listen to podcasts, I can watch videos, I can listen to the best in the business, and there's so many great realtors and leaders and coaches out there. But at the end of the day, if I'm not willing to do the work, it's not going to get any sales, not going to get any listings. It won't fall into our lap. Humble, staying hungry, And by the way, the book of Proverbs talks all about what? Working hard leads to what? Being diligent. Working hard leads to abundance. And when we're have a poverty work ethic, when we're lazy, they call about sluggards in the Bible. They talk about that, leads to poverty, right? Leads to not making any money, no bread on the table. So what do you choose? Do you choose to ask God to help you and to work hard to provide for your family, or do you just choose to, I'm just going to give it a shot. I'll throw out a few ads here and there. The lazy approach, which usually doesn't amount to much. So humble, are you hungry? And then smart. By the way, full disclosure, I graduated from college, but I did not like it. School was not a thing for me. For real. It's absolutely, I'm thinking about getting my broker's license. I've been thinking about it, but I don't know if I want to go back and do the brokers, the tests and learn all that. I have a interest in doing this because of getting extra knowledge for the season I'm in my business, not to start a brokerage. I love EXP Realty. It's amazing, but to have a little bit more knowledge, right? But I got to want it. It's going to help me to be smarter, to have more knowledge. Yes. That's a whole nother topic. So, but being smarter, humble, hungry, and smart, listening to, man, Tom Ferry is fantastic. Go to his YouTube, his podcast, listen to some of his videos, his trainings. He's one of my favorite, as you can tell. At EXP, we have some top producers that really, really know their thing, like learning from the best. My business partner is amazing. Learn new things from him all the time. There is a gentleman named Rory, and Rory is a branding leading expert on branding yourself. Great Christian guy. Love listening or learning from him. There's so many out there that you can learn from in the real estate space, and in the Craig Rochelle in the leadership development space. I would encourage you to continue to learn, whatever that looks like for you, whatever that looks like. And of course, we know as long as we continue to not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind, then we can test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. When we continue to not be conformed, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind, being more like Jesus and allowing him to help us to be a real estate agent, we get to help more people. And God gives us wisdom along the way. Man, so much to learn. Licensed since 1997. I still feel like, seriously, there is so much I can learn in this business. So humble, hungry, staying smart, not just listening to those podcasts, hanging out with the right people, having conversations, relationships, which is literally everything in this business, having conversations with the right people. I've been very blessed to, again, be in this Lakeland, the Central Florida market, and I have learned from so many realtors in this market. Seriously, so many. Continue to. I mean, it's amazing. The conversations, the masterminds, the lunches, the coffees, the group setting get-togethers, the training classes in person or virtual. It's absolutely huge. And, this happens over time. You're not going to get this overnight. You're not going to get this in 6 months. It's going to take years. But that's when you stay faithful to God and ask his blessing and ask his favor to do this business over a period of years and do these 3 things that I'm telling you about today. And man, I'm telling you, you set yourself up for a long-term business. Absolutely. And I'm the first one to tell you, I am right in the middle of the process on year, whatever I am, 28, 29, I don't know. I was with a buyer the other day showing a house and he called me an OG. There you go. If the pants fit, wear them, right? I mean, it was hilarious. We laughed. I thought it was so funny. But I do love helping other agents out, getting more and more rewarding as I get seasoned in my real estate career, and just to help other people. Again, agents also, it's pretty cool. I hope this video has encouraged you. And Just stay humble. If not, the business will humble you. Stay hungry. Man, go after it. It's got to be self-will. You got to ask God to help you with this. Nobody's going to force you to make your calls, to get in front of people, to sell a house, to list a house. Nobody's going to force you to. That's the beautiful thing about this business. You're self-employed. You're 1099. You don't sell, you don't eat. You don't get paid. Right? It's a great thing and the stinky thing. There's no regular checks coming in. Humble, hungry, smart. Continue to grow in our knowledge, and then we can use it for application to apply in these relationships that God has put in our path. I hope this has encouraged you today. Would love to connect with you. All my contact information is below. If you found this video recording, please share it with a friend. And we're just getting started. So, and if you'd like to have a conversation, you want to jump on my podcast and let's talk about real estate and Jesus, man, that'd be awesome. Please message me direct on my cell phone. All the contact information is below. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This has been a step of faith for me. God bless you guys. Have a good day.